What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with another quick Danmachi video. Now, tonight is, of course, the reset on the Sirius and Dolb exchange, and per usual, I'm coming in here and I'm trying to clear this out as much as possible, and it really got me thinking, okay? So, if you guys didn't know, we currently have a rerun of, if I get to the actual rerun here, of the Pop Stars show, and that's going to come with this free-to-play Finn. Now, if you MLB'd Finn when he was first around, which many of us already did, then you're in good shape. The really nice part is, those dupes of Finn are actually going to be Sirius, and a decent amount of Sirius that you can farm up really quickly and really easily. Now, that kind of brought me to a certain thought process. Now, I'll go ahead and say it, I'm a bit low in Sirius this time around. So if I come in here, normally, I'm pretty much able to clean this out. But look, I've got Dungeon Sandwiches on the board. I've got Books of Nobility. I've got Big Bouquets. I even have some of these souvenirs available to buy. And I need Sirius desperately here. So it really got me thinking. Obviously, we've got the Finns farmed up, or at least most of them. I'll go ahead and admit. I'll admit it, since some people already know, I didn't actually finish farming that event, but I will finish farming it here before tonight's over. But if we go down here to Special Exchange, and we go to the Events Units Exchange, this is where you get all the free-to-play units. You can actually go down here, and you can farm, go back, any one of the event units you want. In my case, I'm looking for that Finn, right? Wandering Producer Finn. Now, mine should be max limit broken, so there's really no harm in me doing this. I can actually go in here, and I can max exchange all of my event unit tickets for 22 bonds of Finn. Now, why would you do this? Normally, I would kind of hang on to these. I wouldn't really do this. It's not something I would highly recommend. But, being that we're kind of at a situation where, number one, we're going into the anniversary. Either way, going into the anniversary would make this totally worthwhile. Number two, being that we know the game has a very limited lifespan left, we want to be ready for the anniversary and maximum break all the anniversary units and really prepare for, all that kind of stuff that's incoming here in short order. As I've said before, it's a good time to EOL the game. So in that regard, it's a really good time to get all these farmed up. So if I go down here to Bond, now, if you don't know, 3-star units give you a certain amount of Sirius. So if I go ahead and max this out here, one unit gives me about 10, whereas a 4-star, normal 4-star, let's go ahead and pretend like we're going to sell one of these, will actually give me 50. I'll get 50 Sirius and 10 Dolb. So Dolb is essentially the black gem. Sirius is the kind of white/silver gem up there. And Dolb is really good for exchanging for prism bonds and things like that. It's actually one of the things I'm pondering doing, but I actually might not do it this month for reasons. But 50 Sirius is actually pretty substantial. But that's a standardized 4-star unit. What about the free-to-play units? Can you actually farm Dolb from this event? And the answer is no, you can't. So let's go here to Wandering Finn. This is the one that we just bought the 22 bonds of. Go to sell. And if I just hit 1, that's going to give me 50 Sirius, just like any other 4-star would do, but no Dolb. That's the one downside of these free-to-play units, is you can't farm Dolb. Dolb really only comes from, like, bonds from the Heroic Trial is about the only way I think free-to-play that you can actually farm Dolb. Other than that, pretty much, you just kind of get what you get. So, what I can do here, though, is I can max this out. That's going to give me an extra 1,000 Sirius that I can sit here and do whatever I want with. So, that said, now I've got 1,100 Sirius. I can actually go down here, go back to the shop, go back to the Sirius and Dolb exchange, and I'm going to go ahead and, of course, buy the souvenirs first things first, because I'm really trying to get a lot of those collab units up to a decent level. But now I can go back in here and I can buy Dungeon Sandwiches. I always say Dungeon Sandwiches are kind of like your best bang for your buck. More units use Dungeon Sandwiches, Dungeon Cakes than anybody else. I think next would probably be the single flowers and the big bouquets. So we'll buy those, and so on and so forth. I probably do need to go farm a few things. But this exchange will reset here in just a matter of hours. But if you happen to see this video after the fact, it's not the end of the world, because we are coming up on a brand new month. So you could do this all over again. It's probably something that I'll do just before the anniversary drops, so that we have a decent amount of Iris, free-to-play Iris, for the anniversary. Now, if you don't know, you can farm Iris by going over here, go to the character list, and then, you know, pick your unit out. The lower the level unit, the more bang for your buck you're going to get out of it. But when you level up these units, there are certain rewards you get. And if I go to CP reward list, notice level 3 is 5, level 5 is 5 more, 7 is 5 more, 9 is 5 more, and the list goes on basically up to like level 20, 28 I think is the last one. And then once you get into the 40s, you get a little bit more. So all in all, there's about I think 450. I think all set and done, I think 450 per unit that you could farm in total. So before the event drops, I'm going to see how many of these guys I can actually get up to a significantly higher level. But, you know, running these units at events will do it. Farming Ceros will do it. Farming those Ceros items will do it. So make sure you guys do this. Like, comment, share. I'll be back with more for you guys here really soon.